I have no idea what the audio is like. I have no idea the levels. Probably should have checked that. We're affiliated, boys! How's the audio? I have no idea, how it is with... Oh, hey, how you doing? How is the audio, by the way, with my mic and the game? Because this part is pretty loud in the game. I have no idea. Yeah, that's what I was asking. If the game is too loud, if my mic is too quiet. I think this is pretty good. Gauge. Mic is quieter. First sub, and of course it doesn't show up, but thank you so much. The first sub. The Northian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now I gotta figure out why that didn't work. Oh, because it's under. Look at that! There you go. It was behind the video. Hell yeah. Oh, this is very exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, so this is I have the whole setup now. I finally linked my Streamlabs notifications with it. So I have good notifications. So here's a follow. Audio didn't work. Why didn't the audio work? Alright, I'm gonna make the game lower, because the game is really loud. Okay. There we go. Now it worked. Okay. Test sub. Oh, well, thanks for gifting it. Oh yeah, that was a gift sub to Xana. Look at that. It didn't show up in the thing chat, but it showed up in the real chat. Here's what the bits is. We got raids, some Golden Sun. Yeah. All right. I'm very excited. This is gonna be fun. Lag better now? Well, I think lag is just dependent on your internet, because usually it's instant, and then it'll... Like, it's dependent on Streamlabs. So if your stream is behind, then your stream is behind. But let's... This is so weird. I always forget. If the intro thing starts, you can't skip it, so I have to restart the actual game. And then when you start the actual game, the intro goes. By the way, you have access to my emotes now. My grand emotes. Alright. There's one more. The angry one that should be a shaky angry one. I can't do it. I don't know. I think that's just for my thing. Oh. Oh, okay, it went. Okay. So I planned on playing on the CRT and splitting it off to my computer, but I'm still missing the piece. It's in the mail. It should be coming on Saturday. There should be 6. There should be 5 normal ones, and then an angry shaking one. Twitch. Doing what? I'm not doing what? Oh, well, I will be, but it's coming in the mail, so I have to figure that out. And I figured I'm gonna stream tonight. I might as well just play it on the TV. And I have to figure out what I'm gonna do, because like the CRT is gonna be, I don't know. I'm gonna be facing that way. I have to move the camera. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. If anything, I want to put, yeah, the splitter. Creator dashboard. Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's probably your... Dang, I don't know. Viewer rewards? Emotes. Haha. Yeah. Yeah, there should be a, oh, it's pending approval. The angry emote. It hasn't been approved yet. That's why. Alright. Whew. Okay, good. Good. So, I'm playing this on an actual Super Nintendo. Long ago, the War of the Magi reduced the world to a scorched wasteland, and magic simply ceased to exist. I don't know why my brain stopped to read. 1,000 years have passed. Iron, gunpowder, and steam engines have been rediscovered, and high technology reigns. But there are some who would enslave the world by reviving the dread destructive force known as magic. Can it be that those in power are on the verge of repeating a senseless and deadly mistake? Probably. Hey, Koshimitsu! This is my first time playing. Actually, I should add that into the tags. I don't know how to do that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Tags. First playthrough. But yes, this is my first playthrough of Final Fantasy 3-6. Oh, I wasn't reading. Hard to believe an Esper has been found intact there, 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Magi? Magi. I'm gonna say Magi, because it's magic. Think it's still alive? Probably, judging from the urgency of our orders. And this woman, this sorcerer, why is she here? I heard she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in under 3 minutes. Not to worry. The slave crown on her head robs her of all conscious thought. She'll follow orders. We'll approach from the east. Move out! Devices? Sound settings. Manage sound devices. There you go. No, that's not it. Device properties? No. Do 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 do. I love this song so much. There's so many times where I've booted this up to play it, and I'm like, nah, I'll wait for a stream. Or just, like, let it run on my TV and just, like, listen to it. It's so good. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Here we go. No, that's still not what I want. This? Yes, this is it. I know, I could just make this lower. It's funny, you can't skip this. I don't want to anyway. It's fine. Thanks, Ted Woosley. Woolsey? Woolsey. 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 Let's put her on point. No sense taking any risks. Forward. I'm playing. It's a little jittery though, cause like I'm taking straight from the thing, and my dazzle kind of sucks. Jesper's got to be in here. Move out. All right, so I can't go out. I want to play the Pixel remaster, but I don't have a PC and iPad. Yep. I bought this right before the Pixel remasters were announced, so yeah. Also, I'd rather play on the CRT anyway, so I'm happy playing the original version with the original art, you know. It'll come to... Wait, you don't have a PC? You don't have a computer at all? You don't have, like, a laptop or something? Oh, I'm guessing you have a Mac. Yeah. That's crazy it's not for Mac. It'll come eventually to Mac. I mean, it'll probably come to... something. It'll come to, Switch. To everything. It's pretty wild that they're still like not doing that. Like I figured they would release them all as like a $60 value together. That's so great that it's well, I guess Vix and Wedge, not Biggs and Wedge. But Narsh's freedom depends on us. I'm starting to feel like we're the bad guys. You know, after beating Chrono Trigger for the first time last month too, I figured this is the best possible follow-up. We've got him trapped now. So is Magitech just like their skills? Because there's also magic. Just like different types of attacks? Because there's no just like basic attack option, right? Oh, press X. Love that art so much. Yeah, because it's skills. Espers? Magic. Here. Whip. That it. Alright, what can I config? Yeah, let's do it. Battle speed. Oh, fast. Message speed. Yeah, I think that's fine at 3. Man set, window, gauge. Stereo, cursor, you reset, re-equip. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Yeah, I mean, I got that from the beginning, but I wasn't sure, like, mechanically. Thank you. Stretch is also part of my posture. So yeah, I have channel points now, too. Can remind me to stretch, which is basically my posture reminder, because, like, I get stiff. What else I have? I have hydrate. Uh, get an emote, suggest a poll. I have a billion hats. I have to get a list of my hats together. I guess I'll put them in, like, the about me in my bio, so, like, people can just choose. Look at them. Shrimpy pop. Yeah. We must defend the mines. Change hat, yeah. So I don't know if you can do that. I'll try to figure out what I can to do with that, but like I figured, somebody will have to put in what hat they want me to wear. I have like, 30 hats. So none of them are exciting, I guess. Thank you so much, Pratt. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're my 3rd sub. Forever. I can't believe I'm actually getting subs. Really appreciate that so much. You're the best, Pratt. And you now have access to my Leafeon emotes. According to our source, the frozen Esper was found in a new mine shaft. Maybe this one. Hell yeah. That's an ugly ass fucking rat. Oh, did they just announce the date for that? Nice. I have to go back and finish my original. Wait, that's also next week. That's the same day. Oh my god. That's the same day as Elden Ring. Steam Deck's launch and ship that day. Final Fantasy VI Remaster. And there's something else. I can't remember. But there's something else that day. Is that a save point? That is a save point. Did I not say Elden Ring? Dan Snacks just subbed. Thank you so much, Dan. Oh, wait, you gifted it to Dan Snacks. Well, even so, that's great. That's wild. The Dan Snack sub to me. That's amazing. At save point, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the music is so good. Alright, overwrite the old guy's save. So there's a little bit of lag and it's shaky. It's okay. Not that bad. At least I'm not doing like a platformer or anything. I think that's fine. Which is also why it'll be better when I play on the CRT. We won't hand over the Esper. Wilk, get them! Ooh, this is good music. Boss music. Sub-boss music? Mini-boss music? Hold it! Think back to our briefing. What about it? Do you recall hearing about a monster that eats lightning? And stores the energy in its shell? Right, so whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Alright, alright. Oh, alright already. There you go. I thought I was like, alright, we're ready. Don't attack the shell. Okay. No, don't attack when it's in the shell. Well, he's dead. Magic? Cure. Wedge. Magic. Heal Force? Oh, that was a lot. Oops. I didn't think it was gonna heal him that much. I guess heal yourself. Tech missile? Ugh, don't attack the shell. I gotta wait. Right? Or I guess I can't, like... It's wait, so it's not active. I have to actually, like... Alright, yeah, sure, whatever. Was there no, like... Yeah, sure, why not? Let's try it out. I'm gonna guess that's electric, but, like... Yeah. Yeah, it healed him. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Heal Force on yourself. Magic Tech. Fire Beam. Tech missile. Fuck, it went away. It's fine, we'll see what... Oh, it still does a ton of damage. It'll counterattack? Yeah. Fuck. I think that just killed me. Pretty good for first boss fight, huh? Oh, interesting. You can't, like, auto-scroll? Weird. I swear, if I die to the Welk... Fucking Welk. Nah, this is it. You know, I just beat the first Horizon. And I thought it was okay. At least it was good. My time with it, my experience with it, was sadly just okay. I wanted to like it so much more. I had a lot of problems with it's just like, hell yeah, you are. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it was about it. It just like, so when I first went to play it, I was very burnt out on open worlds. I was swapping between Red Dead 2, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed, and something else. And I was just so burnt out on open worlds. And then I went into that, and I was just like, oh, this is a big open world. And then I just didn't care about the story in the first place. Like, I tried to, and the beginning just took so long. So I ended up dropping it for a while. And I went back to it when I was, like, ready to play an open world game again. And, like, I don't know, I didn't love it. So then, when I got the PS5... Oh, thank you so much, Pratt. Thank you for gifting that to Koshimitsu! New leaf. A new leaf! I gotta put that in. A new leaf. Oops. That's gonna kill me. No, it's not gonna kill me. Okay. That's just him. Yeah, so when I got a PS5, I was like, oh yeah, they put out the update for this to run at 4K 60. So I did that. I started playing at 4K 60, and it felt so good it feels so good to play at 4K 60. And that game is so beautiful sometimes. It can be very, very, very pretty. Wow, this is taking very long to beat this first boss. Is that it? Did it. Potion 1. But yeah, and then I finally got back into it when I got a PS5. So... Oh. I just want to go back to the... thing. The save spot. Heal. Do I even have a tent? I don't think I have a tent. Yeah, having a cost mechanic for fast travel is one of the dumbest things ever. I could not believe that existed. Ridiculous. But I mean, like, I never really had an issue with it. And then when I did, I just had to clear out space in my inventory or something like that. Just so dumb. Because, you know, you got like 3,000 sticks you can just throw out. Item? I don't have any, Yeah, right? I don't know. Yeah, and I didn't understand at first, like, they did not make it clear that when you tried to craft, like, replace a mod on a armor piece or a weapon, it just gets rid of that mod that's on there forever. Like, there's no way to just actually swap out mods, which is... I didn't understand that either. But there was a point where I just kind of, like, gave up on figuring out crafting, figuring out inventory, figuring out items, and I'm just like, alright, I'm just gonna use these 4 weapons and hope for the best with the best, you know, mods that I can find. I mean, like, it just felt kind of futile. It made me not want to care about a lot of the mechanics. Also, I didn't like the, melee combat was clunky. I know that's a common complaint. But, like, the bow and arrow, at least, was, like, one of the best bows and arrows in games ever? I just really wish it had gyro controls, like in Breath of the Wild. I had like a pseudo review that I wrote for it. I might as well just read it. But when I finished it, I wrote down a bunch of my thoughts on it. I sent it to Xana. I'm just gonna read it. Alright. Yeah, this music. Yeah, it does look like it's improving on a lot of things. Also, one of the... You know, I'm just gonna read it. It's a bit, but I'm just gonna read it. Horizon Zero Dawn beaten. I have a lot of thoughts on this game. I'm sad to say my experience with it was just okay to me. Maybe I just never understood the combat or movement sometimes, or maybe I was just spoiled on Breath of the Wild and Assassin's Creed for the movement and parkour and things like that. But it always felt too clunky to me. Getting caught in the environment, weird melee hitboxes, and timing dodges never felt right. But the Breath of the Wild and arrow in this one... Wow. The bow and arrow... I guess I misread it because BOTW is right above it. The bow and arrow in this one is one of the best bow and arrows out there. I also couldn't find myself to ever care about the story. It was always too verbose with unnecessary padding, way too many text voice logs with nothing in them, confusing tribe and character names, and the really bad facial animations were always super distracting. It always took me out of it whenever I see like a face that's just like blank and like the eyes are like going everywhere and like... This is my review. This is what I wrote. As soon as I finished this game, I had so many thoughts on it, and I knew that people were gonna ask me why I didn't like it, so I'm just gonna write this down. But now that most of my complaints are out of the way, I really did love most of the combat when it clicks, and especially in the best machine fights. Taking on a huge machine and getting absolutely decimated is super fun the first 10 times, but it gets really annoying after you actually figure out what you have to do, and still die a billion times from cheap shots and getting caught on geometry. But taking down specific pieces of machines and figuring out the weak spots is so much fun, and probably my favorite part of the game. I also loved overriding mounts and being able to ride them everywhere. This world environment is incredibly beautiful and absolutely breathtaking on PS5 and 4K 60 with HDR. I did not do Frozen Wilds. I wanted to do Frozen Wilds. I probably will eventually, but I kind of just went, hey, I beat this. Time to move on to other games. I'll go back to it. Like, I still have it installed. I played it a little bit even after, like, I rolled credits. I'll go back into it. But I know that the DLC, I've heard the DLC is, like, one of the best parts of that game in general. So I'll definitely, I'll try it out. But yeah, with the HDR on PS5, this is probably one of the best uses of HDR I've seen in a game yet. Where, like, if you're playing at night and you're on a mount, I'm trying to remember, like a charger or something, and they have the flashlight on their face. The light from the flashlight and the gradients and everything in HDR and the colors on the whole, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I love this so much. Or so much better in Forbidden West. But yeah, the traps were really annoying. I never used traps because it took too long to set them up. The only ones I ever really used were like the tripwire, the electric tripwire that you like shot in 2 places. I love that. That was a great item. A weapon, whatever it is. I really loved that. Yeah, when I first started this playthrough in 2019, it was on a base PS4, and I was extremely burnt out on open world games with a billion side quests like Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man. And Red Dead 2, but I love Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2, I actually cared about the story, so like, yeah. I mean, I used the bombs, the ice bombs, and freeze bombs. I didn't use, like, the ones that you plant on the ground that take a while. Yeah, but I loved Spider-Man because of its smaller scope and more accessibility. Like, I felt like I was able to do things in Spider-Man. Like, things felt accessible. But I decided to pick it back up again when I got a PS5, and it got the next-gen patch, and I immediately felt the difference, and it was so much better. From what I've seen from Forbidden West, it seems a lot of my complaints have been solved, but I've already dedicated myself to Elden Ring, so I don't think I'll be picking Forbidden West up until it goes on sale after a while. I'll probably get it, like, Black Friday or something, because it'll go on sale to like probably $40 at some point. I'll get the PS4 version with the free upgrade. I don't understand why they have a PS5. version that's more expensive than the PS4 version. Free up, it's dumb. But yeah, I definitely do want to play it. Overall, despite my complaints to me, I'll probably still give it an 8 out of 10, because when it shines, it really shines well. Tall necks are awesome, and I really want that Lego set. So, yeah, that's my review of Horizon Zero Dawn. I liked it, didn't love it. It was a little too clunky, and yeah. I just wish, I wished I enjoyed it more. You know? I hope this isn't a fight, because my 2 other people are dead. The frozen creature began emitting an eerie light. Where's that light coming from? Wait, hold on. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you for Pretentious One. Celebrate good times. Hell yeah. This is just a bubbly though. It's not a beer. Hell yeah, hype. Where's that light coming from? Wah! Hey, Wedge, where are you? What's happening? What is happening? Time travel? Is this another Chrono Trigger situation? It's always time travel. If it's a Super Nintendo game and there's like some electric thing that goes haywire, it's time travel. What other Super Nintendo RPGs have I played? So I just beat Chrono Trigger at the beginning of Dun, 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 dun. I just beat Chrono Trigger at the beginning of January. Wow. But yeah, thank you so much, Pretentious One. I beat it, the PlayStation 1 version though, I started on Vita and then I transferred it over to PS3 and I finished it on the TV, because it really deserved that. It was amazing, but that's really the only other Super Nintendo RPGs that I played. I'm very inexperienced with RPGs, JRPGs, you know, traditional turn-based stuff. I tried to start Super Mario RPG a billion times, and I never got too far into it. What other Super Nintendo RPGs do I own? I don't think I own any other RPGs. I mean, you don't really count Link to the Past. That's not really an RPG, that's an adventure game. But that's, you know, probably my it's in my top 3 games of all time. It swaps between what the top one is. Mega Man X, Castlevania 4, Super Mario RPG, Final Fantasy 3. Yeah, I mainly just had a lot of platformers on Super Nintendo. So this is really like my only technically first Super Nintendo RPG, but really my second because I beat Chrono Trigger. But yeah. Terranigma. Ooh, action RPG. You know, the other one that I really, really, really want to play is Secret of Mana. And those cartridges are not too expensive. I know it's available on like a billion things for like $5. But I'd rather, you know, I play on the original hardware. I'm playing on actual Super Nintendo right now, by the way. But yeah. Yeah, Secret of Mana. That cover, Secret of Mana, is like one of my favorite game covers ever. I got the Japanese game in box with manual and everything, complete in box, when I went to Too Many Games Con back in October. Because it's just like, it's beautiful. It's just like the green, it's the tree and everything, and they're small. It does scale so well. I love that cover so much. I gotta play it though. I can't play it because it's the Famicom version, the Super Famicom version. Whoa, and I only just removed the crown. Head hurts. I gotta figure out a voice for Terra. Easy. This is a slave crown. The others had complete control over you while you were wearing it. Oh, my mom is calling me. What the fuck? Alright. I'll be right back in a minute. Don't go nowhere. And tell your friends, because I'll be right back in like a few minutes, hopefully. Okay, bye. And I'm back. I'm so sorry, guys. Uh, yeah, my mom called me. My grandma just died, last week. So, I'm not gonna not answer a call from her. But she's planning on visiting in a couple weeks. And then, I'm also going back to Long Island. And things are happening. So, yeah, I had to talk to her. But anyway, we're back. And I figured while I was on the phone walking around, I'd grab the Secret Mana Japanese case. Which is great. It's so good. It's so good. Look at that. Them in the little bottom there. It just gets scale so well. Green all over it. And I have the little Super Famicom. It's so good. I love this case. Anyway. We're back. That was like, what, 20 minutes? Shit. I'm so sorry. At least I gave you guys Terra's theme. Terra's theme is a banger. But easy. This is a slave crown. The others had complete control over you while you were wearing it. I can't remember a thing. Oh, I can't remember a thing. Don't worry, it'll all come back to you in time, that is. That's definitely time travel. Mysterious young woman controlled by the Empire and born with the gift of magic. Alright, what do I name her, guys? Ah, thank you so much for the gift sub. Dana, thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate that. I can't believe I have, like, what? 6 subs already? This is wild. My first day streaming with subs available. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Alright. So what should I name? What should I name Terra? Should I rename her? Should I just use Terra? Everybody put in a suggestion in the chat. I'll try to see best ones. With 1 R? Terra with 1 R? Tira? Like the MMO. Terra. Ultima? You may kiss my ring. I don't have a ring, but you can kiss my hand. You can kiss my palm. What's up, Pretentious One? Pretentious One, what should I name Terra? Should I name her Terra? Should I name her something else? I don't know. If I just named her, like, Riku. Riku's a good one. Yeah. I mean, I do like the default names, too. Like, especially because I've never played this before. But, like, oh, it's always fun to name them special stuff. I'm the kind of person who names Pokemon, but I guess because I know the Pokemon already. But, like, something like Earthbound. Yeah. I don't know. Should I just do Terra? Oh, it feels normy. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's her name. Android 18. Can that fit? Oh. And Droid. No, it does not fit. Sad. Andy 18. Andy 18. Nah, I'm not gonna. Nah, not Andy. Man, I might just... Taffy. Yep, that's it. Definitely Taffy. For those who don't know, Taffy is her cat. Big fat orange cat. It's adorable. Alright, Taffy it is. My name is Taffy. Impressive! I've never heard of anyone recovering this fast. Nah, he's kind of fat. He's kind of fat. Ah, yes, Tafty. Yeah, our most obese president. Open up! Give us back the girl in the Empire's Magitech armor. Open this door! We want that girl! She's an officer of the Empire! Empire? Magitech armor? Look! I have to get you out of here. I don't have time to explain. Over here. I go around the house. She's up there! Alright. Oh, you can just fight. I guess the Magitech was from the Magitech armor. Oh, I got it now. Okay, so that's just like their default attacks. Use the skills. Okay. Why would they start you out in the armor? I guess it's like a Mega Man thing? Or a Metroid thing? I don't know. Where it's like, hey, you lost all this power. Now go get it back. Yeah, big trophy. Man, I gotta speed the battle speed up. That as fast as it goes? Or am I just slow? It's so cute. I love that little sprite. It's so cute. Taffy gained a level. Got 44 GP. I'm yeah. That's a good name. Also, it's T for Terra. It works. It's so good. Alright. Save. Wait, can I heal? Magic. Cure. Self. Save. Yes. Says I'm already an hour in, even though I had to leave it on for a minute. I'm gonna sing this every time it comes on. I don't learn to shut up. Oh, finally a Phoenix down. Also, that's weird. It's spelled with an F here. Isn't it usually spelled with a PH? Is that like a 6 exclusive thing? Sleeping bag. Repo Man. And a Vaporite. I didn't even read the names earlier. That's interesting. Repo Man. Dun, 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 dun. There is no run. No. Was this before or after Chrono Trigger? I don't know. I'll look that up. It had to have been before, right? Oh. You know, it is wild to me that, like thinking about it, Final Fantasy 2 and 3 never actually, like, well, they did, but, like, I don't know. 2, 3, and 5. Why would they just not think they were good enough to bring to the States? They just think that nobody would like it? Ooh, Kefka voice. My sweet little magic user. No, that's just my old man voice. Mice. I don't know. I'm just fuck it. My sweet little magic user. Wee hee hee. With this slave crown, I'll practically own you. Let's do whatever comes to mind. Final Fantasy VI is first. Okay, cool. Oh, that's funny. They even have, like, the prompts and the flashback. Cute. The numbers and everything. They have the UI for the fight in the flashback. Wee hee hee! Good! Burn up everything! Oh no. Yes to all. We stand on the brink of a major breakthrough. In the days to come, we'll witness a total revival of magic. Oh, we. I thought it was a V. I didn't realize it was a U. It looked like a V. It is our destiny, and ours alone, to take this mystic force and claim what is rightfully ours. With our newfound power, nothing can stand in our way. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gestal! Yay. Not yay. Damn. So yeah. I guess Terra's a conformed bad guy to good guy. I guess he's mind controlled. Oh. Took you long enough? How goes the robbing and plundering trade? Treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler, searching the world over for relics of the past. All right, what do I name him? Locke is a good name. I like that name. Woo-woo? If nobody gives me a suggestion, I'm just gonna name him Uwu. Ooey. Where's the E? Blind. Ooey. Oh no. Please, somebody give me suggestions so I don't name him Ooey. Please. Oh wait, can I do polls? I can do polls. How do I start that? Oh, interesting. Question. What do I name Lock? Lock. Ooh woo. Ooh wee. Something else. Duration. 2 minutes. Start poll. Alright, everyone. All 5 of you. Figure it out. Maybe 2 minutes was a little too long. Give people time to answer. I'm at a blocker. Alright. You know what? Yeah, ooey it is. Alright, I guess I'm gonna name him ooey. Channel points, not bits. Yeah. Use channel points. Can I just end the poll? Vote. Poll. Alright, poll is already active. I guess. Report poll. Yeah, I don't really have an option to end the poll. That's fine. It's ooey. I prefer the term poll? Dr. Mono, you missed it. I polled what to name him. I prefer the term treasure hunting. Ah, semantic nonsense. There's a huge difference. I'm trying to find a good voice. Anyway, were you the one who sent for me? Yeah, there's a girl I'd like you to meet. Hmm? This better not have anything to do with that Magitech riding Imperial Witch. Louis won with 3 votes. Imperial troops are pursuing her even as we speak. This town is no match for the Empire. Our independence can only be assured if we join forces with the Returners, an underground resistance movement. That girl wasn't responsible for her actions. We must get her to understand our dilemma. It's kind of like a mix between Palpatine and Professor Oak, but like a deeper Professor Oak without the voice cracks. I don't know. Alright, I think we'd better help her. Agreed. Make your way first to Figaro and talk to the king. A little more hearty than Palpatine. Palpatine's more like he's a lot more like nasally. Now. Power. Unlimited power. Actually, it's more in the back of the throat than nasally. Nasally? Oak is nasally. Welcome. Now we got you. Wonderful. There's a whole bunch of them. Kupo. Oh, is that just the voice of the Moogles? I'm absolutely gonna give the Moogles deep voices. Moogles! Are you saying you want to help me? Kupo. Use us to save Taffy from the guards. Need more information? Yeah. You'll fight using 3 different groups. Press the Y button to switch between them. Your job is to defeat the commander of the gods before his men reach Taffy. Save her, or else. Alright. Oh, I legit can, like, swap between them? That's pretty cool. Like, that's revolutionary for the time. How do I, like... Alright. Kupek, Kupop, and Kumama. Kumama. Nice. Nice. Oh, and there's another one. Yeah, Kupop and Kumama. It's very cute. I love the Moogles in all the names in Final Fantasy IX. Those are great. They're just so weird. They're so perfect. Like, yes, you are Moogle names. Alright, I have no idea what the hell is going on here. That was weird. Mastered her new dance. Alright. Oh, I have to prevent them from getting to her, right? That's what's going on? I have to protect her, not just like go forward without her. Ouch. I did a lot. Is that a chakra? That's supposed to be a scythe. Chakram? Chakram? What are they called? Hey, I learned to dance. Dusk Requiem. Interesting. Wow. Wowie. Alright. Good boss music. Oh, that boss music is so good. Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt. He just picked her up. He's sprinting out of there. Why can't I run? I want to run. Or we can run. Don't know how. I think this switch'll. A door. Huh? You back with us now? You saved me? Save your thanks for the Moogles. I can't remember anything, past or present. You have amnesia? A man said my memory would come back. Give it time. You're safe with me. I'll give you my word. Huh? I won't leave you until your memory returns. By the way, this secret entrance might be useful someday. Don't forget about it. We'll definitely forget about it. Nice dance move, dude. Hell yeah. Fist pump. Oh, okay, that's me. Yeah, there's no sprint or anything. Bad. The sprites are so good. They're so good. For the beginner, here we answer your questions about the world. Think of us as your advisors. Okay. Classroom. This is water from a recovery spring. It'll restore your HP and MP. Such springs are located throughout the world. Nice. You select Wait Battle Mode from the config menu. You can take all the time you need to select spells or items without being attacked. Yeah, I thought that's what that meant. Might want to go out and get some experience in the world before coming in here. Alright. Not gonna go in there then. Battle tactics. White numerals appearing during battles are damage points. Green numbers are recovery points. Yep. Color changes indicate status through reflect. Reflect. Yellow safe, defense up. Green shell, magic defense up. Haste, speed up. White slow, speed way down. I feel like it should be the other way. Like red should be slow, white should be fast. During a battle, press left or right on the control pad to select row or defense. Defense cuts you damage in half and works until your next command. Haste is always red. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about it, and Chrono Trigger was red too, but that was on like one of the armor things I had. Always go first. You wore red. Oh, that's good to know. Yellow for slow. It was white for slow. Yellow is man, I don't fucking remember. You just went over all of them. A full meter in the lower right means that character will be next to accept battle command. Press the X or Y button to pass that character's battle opportunity to the next character. Wait, what? Oh, a full meter. Oh, okay. Just, it's their turn. Okay. Run from some battles by pressing and holding both the L and R buttons. That's also really good to know. Damage is more severe when you're caught pincer attack. Use care when running. Okay, so what blue spells are reflected. Yellow defense up. Green magic defense up. Red speed up. White speed way down. Pink time stops. Yep, okay. On we go. Ooh, save point. This is a save point. Yep, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what a save point is. Valuables are often hidden in pots such as this one. I bet there's nothing in this pot. A tincture. What is a tincture? It covers 50 MP. Oh, interesting. It's not ethers? Heard about relics? Relics give your party members a variety of abilities. For example, sprint shoes, double your speed. True Knight lets you shield others during battle. Dragon boots. Add the jump command to your battle list. Gauntlet allows you to hold a sword with both hands. Use the main menu to equip up to 2 relics per person. Well, I don't have any. I don't have any. What do you have equipped? Oh, they have the optimum thing in this? Thank God. Curative items restore your HP. Yada yada. Monster in a box. It's a mimic. Oh, I guess it's not a mimic. It's just a monster in a box. It's literally just a wolf hanging out in a box in the house. Yeah, wish I read you before that. Alright, let's get going. Eh? Who might you be? Oh shit! This is the pits. We better Why did I read that as nightfall? That kind of looks like night. We better hightail it southward to Figaro. Alright, let's go to Figaro. Nice. Good Super Nintendo overworld. Leafer! It's a leafer! There's actually an enemy called the leafer. Come on, give me another one. There it is. Beautiful. Oh. Figaro Castle. Wait. Oh, it's you. Proceed. Oh. I just wanted to talk to the guys on the side. Oh, it's you. Proceed. This is Figaro, the desert castle. Go see the king. They all say that. Alright, what's up, king? You mean this young woman? I just have the same voice for every regal man. Who do you think you are? Oh, sorry. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady. The young king of Figaro Castle, allied to the Empire, and a master designer of machinery. Alright, what do I name him, everyone? We've got less people here this time. Alright. What do I name the king? Edgar, right? Edgar was his name? Alright, poll going up. Poll? Oh, I did it for 2 minutes again. Oops. That's fine. Edgy? I added a few other ones in there. So you got Edgar, Edgy, Eggy, and Egg. Something else. Honestly, I really like... Edgy was good. But also Eggy and Egg. I don't know. I like Egg. Eggy? Yeah, I like Eggy too. Alright, we'll see. Alright. Like it's just gonna be Eggy. Eggy it is. Eggy. I am Eggy, King of Figaro. Yeah, he has to have the regal voice. Eggy Azalea. That's good. Surprised someone like me knows a king? Yeah, he's gotta have like a little bit more pompous. Eggy with 2 votes. Talk to you later. So, you're an Imperial soldier. No problem. Figaro and the Empire are allies. Please, relax while you're here. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. Look, why are you helping me? Is it because of my abilities? I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Second, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities would be a distant third. Wow, guy's a creep. I don't know. It's flirty. It's pretty creepy. Huh? What's with you anyway? Guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. It's because you talk like a weirdo. I suppose a normal girl would have found him dashing, but I'm hardly normal. Yeah, he's a real horn dog. Look at me, I'm such a not normal girl. Doesn't look like it, but this castle incorporates some of the most high-tech devices in existence. For example, oops, they're all top secret. Can't have shit. Are those chocobos? Wait, so where am I supposed to... Oh, it's you. Proceed. I'm supposed to do something inside the castle, right? I have to go somewhere else? Let's explore the castle for a bit anyway. What's up, dude? Scholars the world over are Scholars the world over. Why do they keep saying the world over? Like he's... What was it? He hunts the world over for treasures, something like that in the beginning. Scholars the world over are doing research on magic. Silly people. Scholars. Yeah, scholars are silly people. Long ago, a force called magic existed. People who used magic were called mage knights. That's it? Okay. It's mages. that stairs? I think that is stairs. Below stairs. Oh, now I'm outside. I can talk to the guys with the chocobos. This is Figaro, the desert castle. Oh, they're all say the same thing. Here's the East Tower. Bed? Can I sleep in the bed? Alright. Go up. Weapons and items manufactured here are sent to South Figaro. Alright. Can I just eat on out of here? And scare the hell out of me. Aranids. Yeah, where'd everyone else fuck off to? My memory is garbage. I'm not like retaining anything anybody's saying. I'm not paying attention. I'm just focused on reading it. I was too focused on how horny he was. Oh fuck, is that gonna kill me? Magic. Here. Self. Yeah, that's gonna kill me. Fuck. Embarrassing. Died immediately. Oh no, how far back did that send me? When did I save? Oh, I saved in the town? Ugh, I'm gonna have to go through that. Alright. You know what? Ugh. Alright. That sucks. It's fine, it's not too long. Yeah, big rip. I have a feeling I wasn't supposed to go outside. I don't have my other party member. I guess I'll be able to see what I need to do again. Got 45 GP. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Taffy. Sandre, that's cool. That's cool, it has like the little wavy effect. Wonder how that would look on the CRT. Wait. Oh, it's you. Proceed. Figure out the desert castle. Figure out the desert castle. Alright, what's up, dude? Alright, time to read this. This young woman? Literally eyed her up and down. Who do you think you are? Oh, sorry. Oh, I read that as... Read Terra as... King. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady. Alright, we're gonna name him Eggy. Eggy. I am Eggy, King of Figaro. Surprised someone like me knows a king? Talk to you later. Oh, he just says talk to you later and yeets out of here. So, you're an Imperial soldier? No problem. Figaro and the Empire are allies. Please relax while you're here. Not in my blood to harm a lady. Look, why are you helping me? Is it because of my abilities? I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Second, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities would be a distant third. Huh? What's with you anyway? Guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. I suppose a normal girl would have found him dashing. But I'm hardly normal. She's the edgy one. Oh yeah, I already went up these stairs. I didn't even see these stairs before. Ooh, a cheese. Another phoenix down. Nice. Alright, I guess he didn't go up these stairs. And yep. Who can stop him now? I heard the Empire is using something called magic. Incorporate some of the most high-tech devices. Oop, they're all top secret. I already talked to that guy. I went down there already. Oh wait, those are doors? Yes. I guess there were other doors in the throne room. Though Eki shows his attentions on women, most are too smart to pay attention to him. He recently tried to hit on the High Priestess. Surely he's talked to you? Eh? Desert Castle. We were at the Desert Castle. Egi has a twin brother. He was such a nice boy. Oh, cutscene time? Brother, what's wrong with father? What's all this talk of his successor? Are you blind? Look how thin his face has become. Oh, I know what voice this is that I'm doing. It's the... kind of the voice from that Heroes Quest video. What is it? Look at the muscularity! That's the voice I'm thinking of. Brother... Tears? Egi's twin brother, who traded the throne for his own freedom. Oh, Sabin. Dracula for hometown. It's, well, kind of. That's like Adam Sandler, though. I don't know if you can really do that. Alright, what do I name him? What is it, Saban, right? Sabin? Hole. Alright. What do I name Sabine? Sabin. Sven. 7. Sabra hummus. Something else. Start poll. Alright. Let's see those answers come in. Give me those suggestions. Those votes. It'll just be Sabra, because I don't think you can do Sabra hummus. I would love to do Sabra hummus, but I don't think that's possible. Oh, let's see. Sabra. Oh, just hummus? Hummus. Poll? We're doing a poll? Hummus. Also, I gotta figure out a name, a voice for him. Sabra. Name him hummus. Yeah. That's good. Alright, I guess it's just gonna be hummus. No one is... Right, okay. Hummus. Yes, his name is Hummus. Oh my god. His Sabra. Oh, he looked so much like his father. When he ran away, he was a sweet little child. I wonder what he's like now. 10,000 bucks, that's Gestal, right? That's gotta be Gestal. The king's brother. Gone away. No, it's okay. There's only like 3 people here. The Empire has smashed the 3 cities on the southern continent. Just a matter of time until they're here. Alright, so now what? I found out about Hummus. His name's just gonna be Hummus. Oh my god. I'm gonna be referring to him as Hummus. I can't. Oh, Sabine, right? Sabin, Sabin. So where the fuck did he go? Two leafers and a dark wind. Oh, Ant Dot? Cool. Yeah, I haven't forgot about that. Use L and R to do multiple. Hell yeah. 131 GP. Doesn't Chocobo Grant GP come out soon? Oh wait, L and R? Yeah, there you go. Run. Ooh, there you go. Chocobo. This cave leads to the South Figaro. It's closed now due to construction. Of course it is. Always the excuse. That transition always like scares the fuck out of me. Hydrate, thank you. I haven't drank it in a while, so thank you for that. This is just seltzer, by the way. It's bubbly. Strawberry bubbly. Very good. I was so upset they didn't have watermelon when I went. Ugh. Watermelon was so good. Yeah, the music is so good. Oh, really? They can stream that already? What time is it? 9:50. I guess embargo's up? Oh, come out? Comes out tonight, right? Goes live at midnight. Would assume midnight, Eastern time. Unless it's live in, like, UK, but I don't know. I think it is. Well, yeah, I mean, there are people who have been playing it for, like, review and stuff. Yeah, that's weird. Because I know, what's it called? MinMax has been doing a bunch of discussions about it because they've all been playing it. But I didn't think they could show gameplay already. Man, I figured I was supposed to go here. Yeah, go arrest them. Oh, no. Save. Probably only gonna go until, like, not too late tonight. I'm tired. I have 9 o'clock meeting tomorrow that I can't miss. I have technically 3 meetings at 9 a.m. Good time. Yeah. Well, one's a reminder, but I have like 4 things on my schedule just like sitting there. It's awful. It's gross. Alright, I have no idea what the fuck to do. I wasn't hoping to go for a guide this early, but I might as well. I don't want to miss anything. Come on. You know what? Uh, 3 SNES. Walk. Yeah, I have to go to South Figaro, right? Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Okay. I missed stuff in the castle. Am I just blind? Yeah, but the construction. That's why I'm confused. Oh no, get the fuck out of here. Can I leave? Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. Thank you. I forgot I can save in the overworld. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Leave. Run. Why can't... Thank you. Thank you. Items. Sleeping bag. Proceed. Okay. Head down to the previous room and go through the upper left door. So that was a door. I totally forgot. Yeah. Like, there's no you escaped from the battle. It's just you walked away. That's it. Oh wait. This dude. Oh my god, wait, I have to read this again. The whole business of the succession was so repugnant to Hummus, the king's brother, that he fled the castle forever. The succession was settled with a coin toss. Wow. Wait. Oh, he's back. Hummus and Eggy. Yeah, Hummus and Eggy. How do you like my castle? I guess someone from the Empire to see you. Probably Kefka. Oh, God. Yeah, that's the voice. Could be.
Phooey! Emperor Gestal's stupid orders! Eggy, you pinhead! Why do you have to live in the middle of nowhere? These These recon jobs are the pits. Ahem. There's sand on my boots.
Yes, sir. All set, sir. Good laugh. So good.
Idiots!
Ah, I can see that. Very, Yuga. Or, I guess not Girahim. Girahim's too cool, but yeah. Yuga. Sir Kefka? What on earth do...
Out of my way!
Now, what's that voice? Where'd I pull that out of a hat from? Girahim's a perp. Why? Because he licks his tongue around and goes all crazy with his tongue? Oh, I'm playing as... Interesting. I'm playing as Eggy. Hello? He's so gay for Link. I thought we were allies. What are you doing in my domain? You've been busy down south looking for more cities to destroy? That's for us to know. What brings Kefka, humble servant of Emperor Gestal, into our lowly presence?
A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she found refuge here.
This wouldn't have anything to do with this witch everyone's been whispering about, would it?
Lies. She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here?
That's a tough one. You see, there's more girls here than grains of sand out there. I can't keep track of them all.
I'd hate to be you if we find out you're lying. That
was a good Kefka laugh.
I truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro. 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 Figaro.
I'd say that guy's missing a few buttons. Where's Taffy? Hey, Northian. How you doing? It's going alright. I died a couple times, but it's okay. I'm like an hour into the game. Taffy. It's Taffy. Look, I put up a poll. There were a few people here. I asked for suggestions. Nobody put anything. Taffy won. And Eggy. Take her to her room. We got Taffy, Eggy, Oh, what the fuck is the other guy's name? Ooey and Hummus. Ooey. I'd love to chat with you, but the Chancellor and I must plan our strategy. Sometimes I hate being a king, if you'll excuse me. Follow me. Take him into his dungeon. Dude, where'd you go? Thought I was supposed to follow you, and you just disappeared. Ah. Don't you worry about a thing. You're ooey, right? Eggy told me more about you. Is that the truth? That's Treasure Hunter. I accidentally pressed A. I didn't read the full thing. On the surface, Eggy pretends to support the Empire. The truth is, he's collaborating with the Returners on an organization opposed to the Empire. I am his contact with that group. The old man you met, Narsh, is one of us. Yeah, he's a thief. Okay. Empire? But I'm a soldier of the Empire. Yeah, he's a treasure hunter. That's not true. They were using you. Things are different now. I don't understand. What should I do? I can't tell you what to do. You don't have to decide right now. You'll soon find your way. Feminism. You can't tell her what to do. It's her own choice. But how will I know which way is right? Good music. Oh, it's so good. What the? Why can't I run? They run in the cutscenes, but I can't run. Oh my god. Fucking Kefka. What's happening? It's the Empire! It's Kefka! What are you doing?
Bring me the girl, now!
Oh, I'm doing... Agent Crawler from Psychonauts. But, like, less old. I don't know what you're talking about.
Then, welcome to my barbecue! Wahahaha!
And less, like, country, I guess? But it's still in, like, the same... Alright, what the fuck? Fire! Get ready. Get ready.
Changed your mind?
I guess I have no choice. Or maybe I do!
Ah! Shameful that a king should flee, leaving his people behind. How utterly delightful!
Jump! Okay, dive now! Yahoo! Oh man. Wait, what? Figaro submerge mode engaged? What the fuck? The castle can go underground? No one can touch the people of Figaro. That's amazing. That is so cool. I was curious what like all the fans were for and stuff. That's so cool. It goes underground. Yes, Kefka the Clown.
Go! Get them!
Northian, have you ever played Final Fantasy 6 or 3? Tools, auto crossbow, interesting. Eggy, what's the matter? You look positively spooked. Did you see what I just saw? Yeah, this kid seems loaded for bear. Loaded for bear? What the fuck does that mean? She's amazing. That was magic. Yeah, the main villain in this one is Kefka. Yeah. Magic? She used magic? Oh, I guess it's me where I... That's a really good PSW. Yeah. Taffy, where on earth did you learn that? Sorry, Look, I didn't mean to make such a big deal of this. Wow, that's a lot. I'm in the middle of 9. I only played Crisis Core, and I played about 40 hours of 13 and lost my save. I've tried to start 7 a couple times. Chrono Trigger I finished. That's pseudo Final Fantasy. Me either. It's just that I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you? Pseudo-wudo. Yeah. Eggy. Taffy. Oh, Eggy. Taffy can use magic, and we can't. That's the only difference between us. The fact is, we could use her help.
Thank you, Ooey. Thank you, Eggy.
We and Eggy.
Yeah, let's go.
Where the fuck are they going? Oh, I guess they were sinking in the sand. Yeah, seven's great. I know seven's great. I need to find the time to get into it. Oh, whoops. Nice. I bought 7 back in high school for PlayStation 1. I never, I tried to play it once, and then it froze. It freezes, like, right after that first boss fight in the beginning, like the Scorpion, or whatever.
Son of a Submariner! They'll pay for this!
So I was like, oh man, this sucks. I'll have to play a digital version of it, even though I just spent like $50 on a PS1 version that doesn't work.
Was that a bad person? I'm scared.
Taffy, there's someone I'd like. Oh, Taffy, there's someone I'd like you to meet. We're members of the Returners. Our mentor Bannon would certainly like to meet you. Yeah, I mean, I want to play the original 7 first before I do remake, because I feel like I'm just gonna appreciate that on a whole nother level. And I'm definitely gonna play along when I eventually do it with the Game Club, the Game Informer Game Club that they did, and then when I do a remake, I'll do it with the Deepest Dive that Minmax did. Wow, yeah, that's a long time. I mean, it's been taking me like over a year to play Final Fantasy 9, which is like 4 discs or something. But I'm playing that on Switch. Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Magic. Taffy has magical powers. That Esper seemed to react to her. Can there be some connection? I haven't the foggiest. It just seems natural to me that I have the use of this power. But no human is born with the powers you seem to have, and 9 is great. 9 is so good. I'm like halfway through. I love it. I apologize. What should I do? A race thing? What? What do you mean it's a race thing again? Oh, with her magic. Yeah, she's not human. Yeah. I mean, I took it literally. Like, she's not human. Yeah, 70 hours in, only halfway through the game. Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember Dan Tack played Xenoblade. That was a super long series. That took him like a full month. I'm sure the Empire is going to come after you. If they get your hands on you again, the world's finished. Taffy, you want to understand your own powers, right? Then I think we need to consult with Bannon. Please. Okay. Okay. To the south, there's a cave that leads to South Figaro. Oh my god, yes. Oh, this is so good. That is good. That's some good video gaming right there. Can I go in? Okay, this is bad video gaming. Can I go in the cave, please? Oh, I have to get off of it. Aw. King Eggy! Where are you headed? Through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. Return of the castle! Return to the castle and tell the others we're safe. Yes, sir. Take care. Yeah, it's so long. The game is so long. I'm never gonna attempt that. I was looking at the list of 3DS games and new 3DS games and stuff as the store's going down. I'm like, oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D when they remade it for new 3DS. Like I'm not. That's the game I'm not gonna buy. Oh, recovery spring. Is that a little turtle? I want the turtle. Oh, I didn't know you have it. Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna play it. it's way too long. There's a billion other DS games I need to beat. I broke out my DDS the other day to see. Yeah, do not play it on 3DS. That's what I heard. I mean, they remade it for Switch. Anyway, it's yeah. Yeah. But I mean, on 3DS, on DS in general, there's a bunch of games I need to finish. I wish I could get a capture card for that so I can play it on stream, but I wonder. DS capture card. A 3DS capture card. Is that like a separate 3DS? 3DS capture board. Order page is here. Sold out, but they're usually $170. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? 3DS capture card. What about on Amazon? Nah, I don't have. That's wild. I want to get the other Phoenix Wright games, but I got Chronicles and I like barely touched it. So sad. No, I couldn't wait a few days. Look, Crater, what's up? How you doing? I wanted to play this as soon as I finished Dark Souls, and I figured people are getting hyped for the remaster. I'm just gonna play the original version, but I've been wanting to play this for a while. No, let's just fight him. Steal. Oh yeah, I haven't tried to steal anything yet. Still a tonic. Ah! That took a lot of hits. And creepy crawlies. But yeah, I mean, I bought this. So the real story is that I bought this on Super Nintendo. I'm playing on an actual Super Nintendo. Before the remasters were really announced or like a thing. I mean, they were a thing, but like, I don't want to play the. Why, thank you, Raider. Good evening. Oh, I guess that's also like the other voice that I do. That's me imitating Bob Buell saying good evening. Is there nothing down here? It's just a little nook. I mean, possibly. You never know. Yeah. I mean, that was like with this. My friend from Overblood. I mean, I got these from James Johnson, if you know him, in Overblood. But he was getting rid of a bunch of old retro games, and he was like, "Does anybody want these?" And I was like, yeah." So I looked through his collection that he had, and I ended up buying this Super Mario RPG, Castlevania 4, Mega Man X, and Super Metroid, which I have in the other room. All from him with like these awesome redone cases. And he was like, I don't know if they work, but I'm gonna fire them up. And he fired them all up, and they all worked. Yeah, I mean, I've played Mega Man X, I've played Castlevania 4, never beaten it, because it's so stupid hard. And I've beaten Super Metroid a couple times. But the only ones I really wanted to play through were Mario RPG and Final Fantasy 3, or Final Fantasy 6. And I've never played these on an actual Super Nintendo, on an actual CRT. So, very excited. Oh, Lucario amiibo. Yeah, those are awesome. I think I have one. Ah, okay, yeah. No James for a long time. I think I used to have Final Fantasy 4 on DS, which is not great. I remember I didn't like it. Is that 3 or 4? That's 4 eyes or 3 eyes? Yeah, Final Fantasy 3 on DS, I believe, is the real Final Fantasy 3. This is the fake Final Fantasy 3. Final Fantasy 6. Cecil, yeah, Cecil and starts on a ship. Yeah. My friend lent me it, I remember. Or not my friend, my cousin. My cousin lent me it. And he lent me it along with Spirit Tracks. Which is how I got my copy of Spirit Tracks. And I was playing it, I'm like, hey, you can have Final Fantasy back. I didn't like it that much. He's like, you can keep it. And I'm like, nah, you can take it back. That's fine. I'm like, but I'm gonna keep Spirit Tracks. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, okay. I should have kept 4. I don't know why I didn't keep 4. Yeah, I mean, but this was... So this is the 4 on DS. So this is the... Like, the chibi art. And, Dan Tack has scalded that version a lot. No, I haven't played Secret of Evermore. Is that a turn-based RPG, or is that like the Secret of Mana kind of thing? Because that's another game I really want to play. If he had Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo, I would have gotten that too. Yeah, the chibi art's not great. Oh, okay. So it's like Secret of Mana then, but it's made by the Western team. Interesting. Is it like in that series, like how Trials of Mana? Oh, I guess the Secret of Evermore is Trials of Mana. Hmm. 'Cause it's the Mana series, not the Secret series. So I guess that makes sense. Okay. But it's an action RPG. That's fun. Yeah, I haven't... I mean, I guess you call that an action RPG. Is Zelda an action RPG? Or is it just an adventure game? Like A Link to the Past. Is that an action RPG? There's no, like, stats or anything. Yeah, that's kind of both. Oh, okay, yeah, there's gear. Oh no, Taffy's gonna die. Shit. That's not good. Okay, nice. Yeah, I named her Taffy after Xana's cat. Adorable cat. You know, so we got Taffy, Eggy, and Ooey because I put up a poll, no one was here. That's what happens. South Figaro. There you go. Can I change who's in front? Can I make it... Oh, order. Yeah, I want Tara in the front. There you go. Chocobo stable. No. Come. I can't believe it. The Empire will smash us. Smash us. Nice. Alright, see it. Oh. Relics give your party members a variety of abilities. For example, sprint shoes, double your... Yeah, we've already gone over this. Alright, how much GP do I have? 8241. Okay, I see. Allows person to sprint. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Goggles. Protects against dark. Protects against poison. Protects against dark petrify. Protects party members who are low on HP. Interesting. I have this many. Should I buy goggles? Or a jewel ring? I think I have enough. Yeah, I'll buy a jewel ring. What does this one do? Protects against poison. Yeah, I'll do that too. Can I sell something? Nah. Relic. Different shoes. I'm also gonna give her the... No. I'll give Uwe the jewel ring. And I'll give Eggy star pendant. Hey, Zinc! This is not the Pixel Remaster. The Pixel Remaster comes out next week. This is the original Super Nintendo version that I'm playing. Oh my god, running fast! Oh! That feels good. Yeah, very soon. But this is also my first time playing it. I wanted to play this after I did Dark Souls. Because there's a couple other groups that I'm in, and they're doing like a JRPG game club kind of thing, and my god, my brain. Final Fantasy VI was one of the options. Figured, hell yeah, finally. And I have the copy for Super Nintendo, so yeah, I've been wanting to play this for a long time. Figured it's a good time to play it as any. The Empire attacked Figaro Castle? Now we'll all be drawn to battle. It is a very good one. I'm loving it so far. It's really great. Oh my god, the music. Empire's been invading one town after the next. We're not safe here. The guy at the counter, he's kind of creepy. Drunken students have no peers. I played yeah, Chrono Trigger last month. At the beginning of the month, I finished it. I've been trying to play it for a couple years. I started it, I think, in 2019, and I dropped it for a while. I was playing the PS1 version on Vita, and then recently, when I went back to it, I put it on the TV on my PS3. I transferred the save over, and I played it on that, and I finished it. I absolutely loved it. Aside from that, this is really the only other one, if you don't count A Link to the Past, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't own many RPGs for Super Nintendo, because most of them... All the games for Super Nintendo were my sister's, and they were not... Oh, Earthbound! I've played Earthbound, but I can't believe I forgot about Earthbound. I didn't finish it, but I was playing it on 3DS when that first went to 3DS, and I think I got to Threed, like right before Threed, or Happy Happy Village, something like that. And there was a huge difficulty curve, and I got stuck in a place where I have to grind, and it was the only enemies around were like really strong enemies, and I dropped it. I'll go back to it eventually, but maybe I'll restart it on Switch. We'll see. I don't know. Duncan made his son Vargas practice a strict martial arts lifestyle. But yeah, I really loved Earthbound when I played it, but when I hit that difficulty curve, that was a lot. Yeah, definitely. At the very least, you could give me a response. Stand back. He seems vaguely familiar. Wait a minute. He owes allegiance to no one, and will do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind. Alright, what do I name him? Putting the poll up. His name is Shadow. What do I name Shadow? Shadow. Sanic. Shalom. Something else. Purple. Alright, polls up. You got Shadow, Sanic, Shalom, and something else. Gothy McGothface. Well, I don't know if that works. If that fits. Probably not. I think it's only like a 6 character limit. Gothy. Yeah, it's only a 6 character limit. Good one though. Alright, something else. Seems like something else is the... Alright, so give me your suggestions. Throw them out there. And I'll make a new poll. I guess after the 2-minute timer goes up. You can't, like, stop a poll. So dumb. Gothman. Shady. That's a good one. Like the Mothman, but he's a Gothman. Oh, I think that's... one too short. Kaze? Fart ass? That's... Again, that's one too much. That's 7. You need 6. 6 characters. Oh, okay. Kaze is Japanese. Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Dark butt? That's... Again... 7 characters. Alright. I'm gonna make this poll shorter next time. Poll. Poll's already... I can't set up the next poll until that poll ends. Oh my god. Crater. Crater, that's the wrong amount of characters. Crater. Alright. What do I name Shadow? Alright, so what's our options? We got butt, dark butt. We got Kaze. Butt, dark butt. You know, I'm just gonna do. Oh, shady, right? What was the other one? Shady, dark butt, Kaze. Man. Oh, I can check on my phone. I have the chat up on my phone. Oh no, I can't see it. Shad bins. Oh man. Okay, you know what? Hold on, I'm just gonna look. I think that was it. Oh, that must have been it. Alright. I'm gonna put it up. Poll. What do I name Shadow? Kaze. Shady. Dark. What? Kuro. And Steve. Yeah, Steve is a good one. Alright, polls up. Get them while they're hot. Oh, fuck, I did 2 minutes again. God damn it. Can't end a poll. Why can't you end a poll in the middle of it? So dumb. It's tied. Kaze, Shady, Dark Button, Steve all have a vote. Yeah, this is just gonna be a tie. Unless somebody uses their channel points. Kaze's got 2 votes. Kaze's got 3 votes. I know who's using their channel points. Darkbutt's got 2 votes. Darkbutt and Shady are tied. Kaze and Shady are tied. Shady's taking the lead. Oh, they're tied up again. Come on. Kaze and Shady both at 5 votes now. They both went up by 1. Oh, Shady's taking the lead at 6. 7. Will Shady take it? Will Shady be the character name? Got about 1 minute left. 8 points for Shady. Looking shady. What's up, Zinc? Looking like shady it is. It's almost done. Putting it in. Where's the Y? Shady. Alright. And it's done. Oh, Kage is Shadow. Kaze. Oh, what about Kaze Kage? The wind shadow? That's right, Mandy. That's right. That's Shady! He'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. Better steer clear of him, I guess. Can I? Leave us. The dog eats strangers. The dog eats strangers? What an awful dog. Not a good boy. Bad boy. Very bad boy. Is there something in here? No. Out of the way, I gotta get this cider over to the old man. That's my job. Now scram. Can I? Okay. Nothing's in there anyway. I love the little twang. That's so good. Can I? Okay. Oh, is that the guy who's delivering the cider? Good village music. Willow Beef Bee.
My grandfather was a servant for the richest man in town.
Okay. I'm off to work. Get lost.
I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider, and maybe I'll talk to you.
Alright. Well, okay. Sir. I guess I'll go back to that cafe. I'll get the cider. Hello? Okay. That's the inn. I wanna go in the cafe. Out of that. Can I not take the cider? I can't just, like, take it? I saw him take it. I want to take it. I want to talk to the old man. For some reason. No reason to talk to him. Beyond this cultural find the Sabille mountain range. I gotta use that voice again for somebody. That was a good voice. Oh, Doc.
This ship ain't going nowhere. The ship isn't going nowhere.
Anywhere. Did this guy also say anywhere? Yeah, the ship isn't going anywhere. Okay.
Has war really begun? I'd better...
Blew through that. What is it?
I better return home.
Oh, received a Phoenix down. Hell yeah, baby. Come on. Okay. Arsenal. This is weapon shop? Hell yeah. Regal Cutlass. Alright, that'll... No, I thought it said Nose Blaster for a second. I was like, whoa. Regal Cutlass. Get one for Eggy. I'll get another one. I'll get this. Why can't, Wait, hold on. Equip. Okay. Armor. Plumed hat, cotton robe, and a kung fu suit. Heavy shield. Oh, I guess is that a... Thank you, Rich Dizzy! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know what to get. Oh, defense 14, defense 12, defense 32, defense 34. Yeah, I'll get that. Get that. Yeah, this game's great. This is a good game. I guess I'll get the plumed hat for Eggy. So this is like, this is Final Fantasy VI. A lot of people regard this as like the best. Not just like the best Final Fantasy game, but like some people literally say this is the best game of all time. So I'm very excited to finally play this. Oh, wait. Equip. I don't want that. Well, I can buy another plumed hat. Yeah. I mean, even so, playing Chrono Trigger, that... I will absolutely regard that as one of the best games of all time. Regardless of nostalgia. I only just played that recently, and man, it's good. There you go. Yeah, it definitely holds up. I mean, I also played the... This was released, I want to say, 1994? I don't know. Oh, I have it on the box. 94. Yeah. That's stairs? That is stairs. I'm also playing this on the original Super Nintendo cartridge. Yeah, absolutely. Super Nintendo RPGs are the best. Oh. Santa just sent me another picture of real life IRL Taffy sleeping on our laptop. That's so cute. I was a whopping -3. But I still grew up with a Super Nintendo because my sisters had an NES and a Super Nintendo. So I grew up with one. And I didn't get a PS2. We didn't have an N64 or a PS1, so we like skipped that generation. So I went straight from a Super Nintendo to a PS2. Or to a GameCube. No, it was to a PS2. I got the PS2 before the GameCube. Yeah, I'm a youngin'. I'm 25, bald and a beard, but I'm a youngin'. I should get more sleeping bags. Nah, I'll buy a sleeping bag. Oh, wait, I can sell my old armor and stuff not being used. Sell. Alright, this is not being used. Wow. That's wild. Yeah, I'm nowhere near having children. Oh, thank you. Yeah, right? What are kids? Oh, this is where the old man is. So where the fuck do I get cider? Kids are an STD. I mean, I wouldn't know if I would call them a disease, but they're definitely sexually transmitted something. Thank you so much, Malchior. Subscribe with Prime. With Prime! Thank you so much, Malk. Glad to see you drop by. I really appreciate it. This is crazy. I'm actually affiliate and people are subscribing. It's so weird. It's great. Yeah, no, sure. Lurk around. I'm glad you're even here. Stopping by at all. I really appreciate it. This town will go down fighting even with their Magitech armor. We'll make it tough on them. How you doing, Malk? What you been doing? What you been playing? Smash? My husband, Duncan, is a world-famous martial artist. He's taking his disciples to mount cults for meditation, meditation, and trading. I'm a weirdo. Pokemon, Smash. Ooh, nice. I should go back to Strikers. I got it on Switch when it came out. I got like 25 hours in, got stuck at... No, I got like 15 hours in. Got stuck at that first big boss fight. And playing a big boss Muso game. Playing a Muso big boss. There we go. On Switch. That game ran like ass. And it was really hard to play, especially because like... Ugh. Yeah, it was a lot of trudging through that kind of stuff. So when it eventually came to PlayStation Plus, and I played it on PS5, 60 FPS, it was great. Yeah, playing the PS4 version on PS5, yeah, you definitely made the right choice. I already saved. Because when I went back to it on PS5, that was great. And I almost got back to where I was on the Switch version in like a quarter of the amount of time. But then I dropped it because something else came out. I don't remember what came out. I don't remember what I was playing. Probably Pokemon or something. But yeah. So I'll probably go back and play it on PS5 again sometime. It was good, but like, man, that boss fight... wasn't just hard, it was like hard to play a Muso game at like 15 FPS. Can't do it, you know? Oh. Oh! What's going on here? Oh. Mubaso Gamesbo. Big Boss Game Muso. Alright, what's going on? What's back here? What can I get back here? Nothing? Something's gotta be back here. Alright, so the only thing I can do in this town is try to talk to the old man. But he won't talk to me if I don't bring him goddamn cider. I don't have goddamn cider, and I tried to get it. I guess I'll go talk to Mr. Colts. Off to the east. I'm so happy I got those running shoes. Why would they not start you out with that? I have to pay for that. That's annoying. Ugh. Rhinotaur. Alright. That's cool. Mithril Claw. Nice. Oh, I was very confused. What's that guy's name? A Grease Monk. Oh, I thought it was a Grease Donk for something. I was like, why would they call him a Grease Donk? A lot of hits. Oh, because the Rodox. That's... I might have to call it when I get to that next city. You know, if there's a cutscene or whatever, we'll do it after the cutscene. But, yeah. Is this where I came in? No, Mount Colts. Okay. Good music. Just like fighters? Couldn't steal. Nice. Like random fighters in a mountain. Yeah, get him. Nice. Ugh. Oh no. That's not good. Fucking, of course he's immediately dead. Oh shit. Die. Thank you. Alright. Item... Phoenix down. What's the tincture do? Covers 50 MP. Alright. That looked mysterious. Little shadow guy. Oh, Tales of Arise. I think that's... No, like, that was before it came to, PlayStation Plus. Another game I would love to go back to. There's so many games I just, like, started and stopped. There's too many to count. And then next week I get my Steam Deck and Elden Ring. It's gonna be a lot. I have a whole list of games I'm ready to play on Steam Deck. I feel like it's gonna... Next week it's gonna be real good. Give it a 10. Oh, oops. You know, I really don't know. I have a list of games that I really want to play on it. Like I made a collection already in my Steam library of games I want to download immediately, and it's a lot. But there's also a ton of games on Game Pass and Epic Game Store. But I'll probably do one of the Steam games first. Let me get the list up. Steam. I have it on my phone. Tetris. I mean, I have on Switch. I have Tetris 99 and Tetris Effect. I love Tetris Effect. I have like probably 100 hours in Tetris Effect at this point. Probably more than that. Probably like 150 hours. We're talking about what games I want to play on Steam Deck, and I have a list that I'm getting right now. Bejeweled 3 on Steam Deck. Yeah, Bejeweled 3 on Steam Deck. Tetris or Peggle. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Here's a list of games I have designated for Steam Deck. And I probably won't have enough room, enough space on it for all of them. But we'll see. Okay, here we go. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I don't know will run because of Uplay. Batman Arkham Asylum, that is a great one that I've been wanting to play, and also it will run like 60 FPS. It will run beautifully on the Steam Deck. That's going to be so good. Bayonetta, Biomutant, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, which I never got on 3DS, but I got it on PC, and I had to literally hack it. I had to go into the machine code just to play it in 16:9, because it plays in 16:10, and the Steam Deck is 16:10, so that'll be great. Yes, it should have the physics. Arkham will definitely have it's the PC version. It's gonna have the NVIDIA PC version, which is why it's so much better than Return to Arkham. I mean, I've played that game so many times, and it's so good. But yeah, everything. The thing about the Steam Deck, it's just a mini PC, right? It's literally just a PC. So Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, and regular Lords of Shadow. City Skylines, Cook Serve Delicious 2, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Cuphead, Dead Space 1, and Dead Space 2, Death's Door, Divinity Original Sin 2, which is going to take up so much space. That's like a 60, 80 gig game, something like that. Downwell, Skyrim, Fallout 3, A Hat in Time, Hollow Knight, Inscription, Portal 2, Rocket League, Spyro Trilogy, KOTOR, Stardew Valley, Wandersong, Wargroove, Yakuza 0, Ukulele, and Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair is what I'm very excited to play on Steam Deck because I didn't get it on Switch, and it's gonna be so good. But all those games, yeah, I might get the Lego games on there as well because I've wanted to play them on Switch. I've been debating getting them, but I'm like, oh, I have a bunch of them on PC. I might as well. Portal 2 would be a great one to inaugurate it on. Yeah. Ukulele was free on Epic. Yeah. Both games were multiple times. Yeah, Impossible Lair is amazing. Yeah, Impossible Lair came out in 2019, I want to say. It's amazing. Like, yeah, it was free on Epic Games Store last week, but it came out in 2019, and it was also free like a year ago on Epic Games Store. Yeah, absolute audacity to do that. But it's basically like Donkey Kong Country Returns style or Tropical Freeze. It's just as good as those Donkey Kong Country Returns games. Ukulele and Impossible Lair is fantastic, but it's really hard. I mean, yeah, Tropical Freeze is amazing. Tropical Freeze is up there with one of the best 2D platformers of all time. Oh no, I have to heal Wii. Wii's gonna die. Wii's dead. There was this short time in 2018 when I was on co-op. I was working for the first time, and I had so much time on my hands. I was just playing through games. I finally like finishing games I've never beat before. I was like one step away from the fucking door, and I get 2 Tuskers? Come on. Oh, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Leave. Oh my god. Almost died. And I finished Tropical Freeze, 3D World. I tried to finish Star Fox Zero with Xana. We couldn't do it. It was too hard. What else did I play through? God of War Ascension. God of War 2018. There were so many games I finished in 2018. Let's do Sonic. No, I'll do your skills, magic, your item, Phoenix Down. Yeah, it's on sale for like 40 bucks. Get it. Do it. Amazing game. Ocean. 250 HP. Interesting. Oh, you got Pikmin. Nice. That's a game that I love, and it came to Switch. I was so excited. Haven't touched it at all because there's so many other games. That's a game I should also probably go back to my Wii U on. It's not 100% co-op. It's not co-op at all. I mean, I guess it is kind of co-op, but... Well, how are you playing Pikmin co-op? I mean, there's a multiplayer mode that's like versus. How are you doing it in co-op? But yeah, how I originally played it, what, with like 2 people running around? with like having Charlie and Alf. What is it? Alf, Charlie, and Brittany, right? You just have two of them running around. I didn't know that. How do you play a co-op? Before you get two crew members, one is a ghost version. Oh, that's so weird. You just had two controllers plugged in? That does sound great. Okay. So, I think this is where I have to end the stream because it's 11 o'clock and I have an early meeting tomorrow morning. And I have to figure out my days because now I have early mornings on Fridays. So, we have to see. Pikmin 3 is so good. I wish I knew I could play that co-op because when I started playing that, I was playing that with my ex-girlfriend at the time. And we were playing separately. We should have played together. I didn't know it was co-op. Oh, Hades. Did I add Hades into the Steam Deck group? Did I say that? Steam Deck. Star Wars Steam Deck. I did not say Hades. Add that immediately. Add to Steam Deck. Finally beat that game. What else should I add to it? Golf with your friends. Oh, Mini Metro. I have that on tablet. I don't need that on... Shadow of Mordor. Man, there's so many games. I have 500... What is it? 596? Something like that? 596 games in my Steam library. For the past, like... 12 years, 14 years that I've had a Steam account. Oh my god. Humble Bundles. That's what does it. It's Humble Bundles. Oh my god. Oh, Redout would be fun. A good racing game for it. Hyper Light Drifter. Oh my god. Oh, the Shantae games. Oh. I was supporting... Oh yeah, no problem. I was supporting Humble Bundle back since Humble Indie Bundle 3? I want to say? I think it was 3. I think I did 3 and then 5. And 5 is when I started doing like... Oh, fuck yeah. Because 5 had Psychonauts... Hold on. Yeah, Humble Indie Bundle 5 is like... one of the best bundles of games of all time. Like, indie bundles. Let's see. Humble Indie Bundle. Oh, let's see what was in 3 first. Humble Indie Bundle 3. Yeah, Humble Indie Bundle 3 had Crayon Physics. What was it? Crayon Physics, Cogs, VVVVV, Hammer Fight, and Yet It Moves, and Minecraft or something like that. Atom Zombie. But Humble Indie Bundle 5. Humble Indie Bundle 5. Come on. Where are you? Oh, Atom Zombie Smasher. Yeah, that was the other one. Bundles. Where the fuck? Humble Indie Bundle. Oh no! Northian. Oof. A library filter for deck verified. They have not added deck verified filter yet, but they should. That would be so useful. But I just made my own library of games. Okay, so Humble Indie Bundle 5. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Psychonauts, Limbo, Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery, Bastion, Lone Survivor, Braid, and Super Meat Boy. That is amazing. That is incredible. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, Psychonauts alone though. Yeah, Psychonauts alone is enough. Yeah, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Psychonauts, Limbo, Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery, Bastion, Lone Survivor, Braid, and Super Meat Boy. Like, that is amazing. I think the only one I haven't touched in there was Lone Survivor. God, it's so good. Yeah, time to just not touch anything ever again. Yeah, water prevents the house from burning down. So water is good. You want water. I am going to bed. I was just, ending the stream. But, yeah, wow, that was so good. And it's like $12 for all those games. Amazing. Anyway. Exactly, why sleep when you can talk? Alright, time to see who we can raid. Who is streaming? Oh, Sauropods. Yep. We can raid Sauropods. Alright, I really need to go sleep. She's playing 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. I think just got to Switch. So, good night, everybody. Have fun with Sauropods. She's awesome. You're all awesome. Thank you all so much. Especially everyone who subbed tonight. I really appreciate it. I can't believe I actually have subs. Like, that's fucking wild to me. Who thought we'd be here? Thanks. Thank you, Northian. But, yeah. Alright. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you so much again. I'll try to be back on Monday. No, I won't be back on Monday. I'm going to a concert. Tuesday night, then. I'll try to be back on Tuesday night, because I don't have anything Wednesday morning. So it seems like my stream nights are going to be Tuesday, maybe Fridays. I don't know. We'll have to see. But, alright, yeah. Good night, everybody.